A stock is born in London, yes, Russia's high-voltage power monopoly Federal Grid, trading for the first time on the London Stock Exchange, hoping to draw support from investors who want exposure to Russia, but don't want the risk of putting their money in Moscow. Ryan Chilcote spoke exclusively with the CEO of the $18 billion company, and he started by asking why the company has gone to the capital markets.
We would like to provide a better access to the shares of FSK to international investors, as well as we would like to be actively present in international capital markets in light of the potential privatization of the stake of the state in the Federal Grid company.
The government has 79% stake. When might it sell some of that?
4.11% of the government stake is potentially on sale, according to the decision of the government. And the listing on the London Stock Exchange provides in future a better opportunity to make this deal.
You're raising your tariffs by about 30% this year. They rose last year by about 50%. None of the other monopolies are able to raise their rates by so much as your company. Why are you allowed to do this?
Our infrastructure is important from strategic point of view. Besides that, we are not that price sensitive to the final price of electricity. Our share in the final tariff is about 6–7%. So I think the investments in the grid are worthwhile, and they will provide a payback to the government, to the Russian economy, to the investors in the company.
Okay, so Ryan here now with me to talk more about Federal Grid's London listing. Not every day does a company like this list on the London Stock Exchange, right, Ryan? But they can't advertise that they're doing it in advance.
That's exactly right. They can't tell investors, let's say, that are normally investing in the London stock market that they're going to do this because there are already existing shareholders. And when you announce that the same amount of shares are going to be available to a larger group of people, then theoretically that means that the share price might rise. So they're not supposed to do that. So what they do is they have this sort of celebration at the beginning of the day. It started at 8 a.m. with champagne at the London Stock Exchange, where they effectively sell their story and their stock to investors. And then everybody at 8:15 a.m. watched the stock go live. Now, it started at 725 pence a share. It went up to 730. It went down to about 720. Nothing really dramatic, but nonetheless, really, this is a momentous occasion because this is an $18 billion company, the world's largest publicly traded transmission company coming to the market, and that's a big deal.
What are the prospects for the stock?
Well, you know, I can tell you last week the stock was up 15%. And despite the fact that I just said that the company can't officially advertise that they're coming to the market, there were a lot of rumors out there, and analysts say one of the reasons why we saw that 15% jump in the stock price last week was people were basically trading on the expectation that it is going to be listed in London. Generally speaking, though, analysts are very excited about it. Out of 17, not one analyst had a sell recommendation, and two companies, UBS and Открытие, a Russian investment bank, both put a buy recommendation on it today. Both think the stock has about a 25% upside to it for two reasons. One, because it's a guaranteed Russian infrastructure growth story, guaranteed by the Russian government itself, which controls the company, so they think that that's a good thing. And then they say that when you compare it to its peers internationally, the likes of, say, the National Grid in this company, well, it compares pretty favorably. So they're pretty bullish on the stock.
Great, yeah, thanks very much. 25% upside. Thanks very much, Ryan.